Welcome to the Fog Dwellers Podcast. All right, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Spectrum. So if you know me, then you know my channel. You know we play a lot of Dead by Daylight. But my mod and good buddy Funko Pop Guy 22, we have decided that we're going to do like a weekly, just kind of chat, like chatting with friends, near our friends. And we're going to call it the Fog Dwellers Podcast because when we play Dead by Daylight, we dwell in the world of the fog. So, yeah, Funko, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I am Funko Pop Guy 22, the moderator of Spectrum.
And where? So, do you? I already know this, but I'm going to give you an opportunity to tell our viewers. Do you do anything online anywhere, buddy? Do you have a channel anywhere that people can check you out and?
Oh yeah, I have my own YouTube channel, Funko Pop Guy 22. You can check it out.
And Funko plays Dead by Daylight. He plays Uno. He plays the Resident Evil series. He is a PlayStation streamer, so he plays stuff that you'd find on PlayStation, but other games too. And he's a really fun streamer to watch. So please, if you like what we're doing here, go give him a look. And he is super happy. He's a super happy streamer. He's just fun to spend time with. And I know you'll love his channel. So, yeah, we're going to talk about Dead by Daylight. And we just got the Dungeons and Dragons chapter. I'm going to be honest. I wasn't thrilled when I found out we were getting Vecna because I wanted the Stranger Things Vecna. But I think I kind of got a happy surprise. I had to reevaluate my thinking. And I think we got a great killer as Vecna from Dungeons and Dragons. What do you think, Funko?
Yeah, he is one of my favorite killers in DBD. I really enjoy him a ton.
So Funko, what is it? Just I know because we've talked before about him, but can you tell our audience what it is you like about Vecna? Absolutely.
What I like about him is his power. He has 4 different powers that I really enjoy, and one of them is the hand one. The hand one, it blocks the pallet so survivors can't drop it.
That is that is really great for chase, but I have not been able to get it to work. So I've watched Funko play, and Funko makes playing killer look easy. I'm a survivor main, he's a killer main, and so I was watching Funko and I thought, you know what, I can do that. And I got in some chases and I actually messed it up. I missed it. So what I did was they dropped the pallet before I could get the button to do what get the killer to do what I wanted him to do. And I actually raised the pallet for him so they could drop it again and stun me. So it just prolonged the chase. But if you want to see it done right, you watch Funko do it. He does it right. I do it wrong. So, Funko, what do you think about the killer's other powers? I know you like one in particular. You want to talk about the flight?
The fly, yeah. The fly is my other favorite one because you get good speed with that one, with the fly. You move quicker, it feels like across the map, and you can catch up to survivors a lot faster and quicker.
Yeah, for real, you really can. So other than his powers, what else? Do you have anything else that you want to talk about? What do you think about the voice lines?
Oh, the voice lines are amazing. I love them a ton.
So
my favorite.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay. My favorite voice line. I can do a very good Vecna.
Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to say. Can you do your Funko does impressions of the characters on his streams, and he does a great Vecna. So that's what I was going to ask him to do, and he was getting to it too. But I was going to ask him to do it for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Farewell. Thank you.
This is what you get when you come to one of Funko's streams. Just a lot of fun. Just a fun guy that likes to play games and chat with people, and he makes you feel welcome. So, what do you think of the look of the character? Because I didn't even know what Vecna would look like. I knew he was a Dungeons and Dragons character, but I've never played D&D, so I don't really know much about it. And I don't know if in the book, because I think you play from a book the way I understand it, and I don't know if it actually describes him, but to me, the visuals of Vecna are some of the best that we've seen, just from like a base killer with a bulk cosmetic. You know what I mean? Like some of the bulk cosmetics look really good, but his base looks really, really good. He looks like an animated corpse or something, not a zombie, like a magically animated corpse.
You are correct on that. His face is very cool looking. I like his face. His eyes are pretty creepy. I love his eyes too.
Yeah, for real. I mean, there aren't many killers in this game that actually scare me to go against, but when you compare the creepiness of his look plus the strength of his power, he can be a hard one to go against. So,
absolutely.
Do you want to jump into the and talk about the survivors? Because we kind of got one, but we kind of got two when you really think about it. Do you like the male? So we have an elf, which I was so stoked about that because I love that kind of stuff. And do you prefer the male look of the elf or the female look of the elf?
I think I prefer the female, not the guy. I like the female.
Okay. And see, I'm the opposite. I like the look of the male elf more.
The reason why, I can explain to you why. The reason why I like the female, because when she gets put on the hook, for me, I like her scream when she gets on the hook. It's more entertaining to listen to. I
gotcha. So, if you're watching, let us know in the comments which survivor look do you like the most. Let's just tell me. You can just say female or male. Let us know in the comments, and we'll maybe take a look at that for the next episode, kind of like maybe an unofficial poll. So Funko, what do you think of I really like the survivors perks. I like the one where after you do like something with the generator, I can't remember if it's skill perks or a percentage of the generator done, you create that illusion. I really that's just I like the fun kind of perks like that.
Yeah, so do I. I enjoy that type of stuff too. My favorite perk would be the guitar, when they play the guitar.
Yes, that's a really neat too, and that's really neat perk too. And guys, I keep talking about Funko stream, but it was either the day that it came out or the day after he was streaming, and he was playing against a Chucky. I believe it was Chucky. Was it Chucky, Funko?
Yeah, it was Chucky.
And he just played guitar for the Chucky, and the Chucky didn't kill him. He killed everyone else, and they kept coming back together. And Funko would play a jam for him, and they'd nod at each other, and it was just fun to watch. Just, Funko's a lot like me. We don't take the game too seriously. We just, we can meme around and just kind of goof off and just have a good time. Funko, since you play both, and you play a lot of Survivor when you play with me, when we play Swift. What's your favorite killer perks, if you can think of it? Like, what do you like to run together?
My favorite perks would be Lethal Pursuer. When you start off the trial, it will show you the survivors in the beginning of the trial. And Barbecue and Chili is another one. You hook a survivor. If they're pretty far away, you can see where they are. Okay. Corrupt Intervention is another great one because it blocks the generator in the beginning of the trial, which I absolutely love. One of my favorites. And Blood Warden is a really good one because you hook a survivor, I think when the gates are open, the exit gates are open, and it would block off the gate. Or it would block off the, gate?
Yeah. So that's really smart. You like to put a lot of pressure on the survivors at the beginning and then have like something to fall back on at the end. That's really smart. That's really smart killer play. Yeah,
those are my favorite perks. I like. And perhaps I like the night perk when you kick the generator and you get to see where the survivors are at. Nowhere to hide. That's one of my favorite ones. Yeah,
nowhere to hide.
That's sorry. That's nowhere to hide.
I think if I had to pick my favorite killer perks, I love Ruin. I've been playing since it came out on console, so almost closing in on 8 years, I guess. I've always been a Ruin user. I still use it even though they changed it. So I would pick Ruin, Pain Res, maybe Sloppy Boogers, Sloppy Butcher. I'm a big Monto fan. He always called it Sloppy Boogers. So Sloppy Butcher and barbecue's pretty good. You know what? Like, you can never have enough information. You know. So what are your favorite? What are your survivor perks? Like if someone was asking you what's some good perks to use as survivor, what would you tell them?
I would tell them decisive, sprint burst, fight the bullet, and there's one more. Oh, plot twist. Those are my favorites.
I knew you were going to say plot twist. I love plot twist. So if I was going to answer the same question, so I kind of have two go-to builds. My absolute favorite perk in the game is head on. So it would be head on, inner strength, maybe flashbang, and quick and quiet. But like you, I've been doing a lot of plot twist lately. So I would say plot twist, adrenaline, maybe dead hard, and decisive. I'm so happy the way they changed decisive back. You know, there's just something so rewarding about hitting a juicy decisive whenever the killer's tunneling you. Okay, so we talked about Vecna, we talked about the new survivors, and then we kind of got off a little bit talking about our favorite perks and stuff, but we didn't talk about the map. So Funko, what do you think of this new map? What do you like? Is there anything? Well, just tell me what you think.
The map is pretty. I would have to say it's pretty big, but it's a good map. It's kind of confusing when you get to the bottom, but my favorite part of the whole map would be the dragon inside the cage or whatever. That's my favorite part.
Oh yeah, the eyeball monster.
Yes.
Yeah, that is really neat. I like the way when you mess with it, like it growls or something, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
I love the dungeon part of the map. It's so neat I haven't played it a lot, but I kind of get lost in it, but I still like it.
Yeah, me too.
Is there anything you don't like about the map?
Yeah, there's one thing I do not like. It's when you're at the bottom inside the map, when you go down the stairs, you get lost kind of where you need to go. I always get lost to find out, how do I get out of here? I get confused on that.
Yeah, I do too. I think the portals, you know, how you can go through the door and leave the dungeon and be up on top, like on the ground. So we kind of know some things that are coming into the game, so we can kind of talk about them a little bit, because I know you're super hyped about the next Killer and Survivor chapter. Before we get that, we have a Survivor only chapter, and I know you know, because we have talked before. I am super excited about that because I think that chapter is The Walking Dead, and I have wanted The Walking Dead in this game for so long. What do you think, Funko? Do you think it's going to be The Walking Dead?
I think it will be The Walking Dead, 100%. Walking Dead. I think it might be Rick or whoever the other person was. I forgot.
I hope it's Rick, but it could be Michonne or Daryl. But I would be happy with any of those, and I would probably have to change my main from Dwight to whoever that is, because I'm a diehard Walking Dead fan. If you know the channel, then you know I am. But if you're new, then you may not know that about me. But I've been watching The Walking Dead since day one. Okay, so now we need to go on to what I know you're super hyped about. The next chapter after that, there's not going to be a new map, I don't think, but there's going to be a killer and a survivor. I guess the survivor will be Simon, but Funko, who's the killer?
The killer is going to be Dracula from Castlevania, which I am beyond hyped for. I cannot wait for this chapter. I'm so excited.
I am too, because I love like old movie monsters, and for the longest time I've wanted either a werewolf or a vampire to come into the game, and so we're getting a vampire, but we're not just getting a vampire, we're getting like the king of the vampires. Don't you agree, Funko?
Oh yeah. Do you want me to tell him about what the power could be? Because I might know what the Mori and the power could be, if you want me to.
If you, I would love to hear. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it.
Okay, my thoughts on it would be the power could be you turning into a bat and flying around, and once you find a survivor, you fly down and become a human again, probably. And the Mori is so many bats flying around you, and you become human, and you bite the survivor in the neck and drink their blood. That's
That would
my
be
guess.
that would be so neat. Like I could picture, like you're talking about, like a bunch of bats flying down, turning into the human form of Dracula. Maybe him like throwing open his cape real big and grabbing the survivor and just like pulling him into the cape, and you can hear like blood drinking sounds, and then the cape opens back up and they're like super pale, and he just like lets the body fall down, and you can see like puncture wounds in their neck.
Yeah, absolutely. I think so too. Yeah.
That would be such a cool animation. So you want to know what I think the power could be?
Yeah. Let's hear it, Spectrum.
So I think it would be really neat if, like, when you're the bat, you can fly. Like, I agree that you could maybe turn into a bat and fly around, and you're faster, but you can't hit when you're in the bat form, and you can turn back into the human form of Dracula. When you hit the survivor, it's almost like you damage them, and you get blood for them, and they slow down. And after you've built up your like a blood meter, or maybe after they've lost so much blood, they're really, really slow, kind of like something with Wesker, maybe like mixing Wesker's power with the Onis.
Oh yeah, right.
Does that make sense? Sorry if it doesn't.
Yeah, I think so. I think it kind of does. Yeah.
But I can't wait to see it, and I bet he's going to have some awesome perks.
Oh, I think so too.
And there could be some really good cosmetics.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so we've kind of talked about what we think about the newest chapter. We've talked about how we feel about the upcoming chapter. We've kind of talked about a few different things. But now I want to ask you, if you could pick your dream chapter, anything, what would it be?
I would say Pennywise would be my dream.
Oh, that's so cool.
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
He would be really good. He would be a really good killer to join the Fog, I think.
What do you think the map would be?
I think it would be the sewer map.
Oh, that'd be great.
The sewer? Yeah.
That could be so creepy, and we could have so many Easter eggs. Like, we could have the balloons floating. Maybe we could see like some people floating, and maybe even the paper boat floating in the water.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Oh, you know what would be really cool?
What's that?
What if Pennywise didn't hook people? Like, instead of there being hooks, there'd be places on the map, and he could take you to, and you would just float there.
Oh, that would be cool.
Like, so you'd still have to take them to like a hook location, but instead of hooking them, they would just like rise up and float there.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
So we had talked about this one time before. Tell me about, you had a perk idea for Pennywise. What would be, can you tell the audience about that?
Yeah, the perk idea I had in mind was if you hook a survivor, the entity will block the survivor. So if somebody tries to unhook the survivor, they won't be able to. They would have to wait till the perk is deactivated, I think. Deactivated?
Yeah, that is a genius perk idea.
I think so too. That would be a really good one.
It really would. And, think about this. If it worked on every hook state, when you got hooked for the second time, it could be lights out,
Yeah.
That what's the Rebecca perk where you can pause someone's hook progress?
Oh yeah, I know that one.
That perk would have become, everybody would run that perk.
Oh yeah.
And then there's the Steve perk that pauses the hook timer too. Those two perks would like people would be using those all over the place.
Yes.
Survivor. Who would your dream survivor be? If we got a Pennywise chapter?
Probably the older version of Bill, probably.
Yeah, that would be great. The main character, when you think about it in it, as far as the kids go, at least to me, he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Bill would be a great choice. If I had to pick my dream chapter, it would be Friday the 13th. And I think we're going to get that for the anniversary, don't you, Funko?
Yeah, I think so too.
I mean, just think about it. Jason, the Camp Crystal Lake, the map, with it maybe like at nighttime, raining, storming. It looks Dead by Daylight would do it so much better than the game Friday the 13th. I think as far as like looks, and if you have all that, you have to have Tommy Jarvis as a survivor.
Yeah, I love Tommy Jarvis.
I think it would be neat. So if we got Tommy, I think it would be neat if there was another perk designed to stun the killer. Like maybe if you wouldn't actually have a gun, because the survivors don't have weapons. But if they could come up with a way so that if Tommy one time in the map, if you had done like so many skill checks or something like that, if you saw Jason picking up a survivor, you could do maybe like a hard skill check. If you were so close to where it happens, you could free the survivor off Jason's shoulder or off the killer's shoulder, and I think we could call that perk shot in the dark.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so we've talked about a lot of stuff. Is there anything else you'd like to talk about, Funko?
Not that I can think of.
This is our first episode of this. I hope you enjoyed it. I think I just heard the hatch open, so it's time for us to sneak out of here. Anything you want to say, Funko?
Thank you guys for enjoying this video. I hope you guys like it.
All right, guys, we're gonna head on out, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Na 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 na